Good morning, everyone. We are fixing to get started, so if everybody would please take your seats. The courtroom deputy is going to come in and open court and ask for everybody to stand up. This is an official court ceremony, so we ask that you put your phones on silent, and if you are wearing any hats, please remove them until court is adjourned. Court will not be adjourned until all the certificates are presented. So we ask the applicants, when you get your certificates and you go around the back, please come back to your seat for the rest of the ceremony. Families, if you get up to take pictures, please make sure you keep the aisleways, don't completely block them so that the applicants can get through and go back to their seats. Karina's already given her announcements. Knox County Election Commission is out here at a table if you want to register to vote afterwards. I know y'all have heard me say this 2 times already, but I'm going to say it for a 3rd time. You all will come up on the stage, and I will be at each row to instruct you to stand up, and just make sure you stay in your order because that's how your certificates are in order by your number. When you get done, you'll come across, shake hands, and you'll go off to the left all the way around to the back. The civic groups and the reps for the Congress will be back there handing out some goodies, and you just come around the back and go back to your seat. Does anybody have any questions? All right, we're gonna get started.
The United States District Court for the Eastern District of Tennessee is now open pursuant to adjournment. The Honorable Cynthia Richardson Wyrick, United States Magistrate Judge presiding. Please come to order and be seated.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You're just getting comfortable in your seats, and I'm going to ask you to rise once again as Jennifer Holden, Senior Director, Knox County Grants and Community Development, leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Ms. Holden. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Please be seated. Allow me to extend a warm welcome to all of you on behalf of the judges of the United States District Court for the Eastern District of Tennessee. I'm Magistrate Judge Cynthia Richardson Wyrick, and it is my true and distinct honor and privilege to be here to welcome approximately 150 candidates for United States citizenship here today from 47 different countries. We are also honored to have Knox County Mayor Glenn Jacobs with us. At this time, I would like to ask Mayor Jacobs to come to the podium, as I know he is anxious to extend his welcome and share some thoughts with you today as well. Mayor Jacobs.
Thank you, Judge, and good morning, everybody. So years ago, I was in Washington, D.C., taking a cab ride to Reagan National Airport. We were stuck in traffic. Knoxville, by the way, is not the only place around the country that has a lot of traffic, so just remember that. But nevertheless, we were stuck in traffic, and I got to talking with the cab driver. He had a pretty heavy accent, so I asked him, where are you from? And I don't remember the specific country, but he was from someplace in Africa. So then my next question was, well, why are you here? And I don't mean that in a bad way, just why are you here? You left your family and everybody to come to this place, and you're driving a cab. And his reply was the most amazing thing when you think about America and what makes America, America. He nailed it. He said, man, I'm not going to be driving this cab forever. I'm going to save my money, and I'm going to buy another cab. And then I'm going to buy another cab. And I'm going to buy another cab. And eventually, I'm going to have my own company with a fleet of cabs. This dude left everything that he had, his family, everything. Talk about stepping outside of your comfort zone to come to America to drive a cab because of the opportunities that he would have. And he finished it with a saying, because this is America, man, and anyone can make it here. It's the American dream. And you now are part of that. What makes America exceptional, in my view, is the fact that no matter who you are, no matter where you come from, no matter ethnicity, no matter your religion, no matter your gender, no matter what, if you figure out a way to use your talents and skills to benefit others, and then you work hard, there is no ceiling on what anyone can accomplish. Again, it's the American dream. So as you're getting ready to become new Americans, I would ask of you two things, please. First of all, take advantage of the opportunities that you're going to have. The opportunity to create the life that you want to live, something that is uniquely American. Take advantage of these freedoms, these rights, and these liberties that are now extended to you. At the same time, respect other people's rights, freedoms, and liberties to live their life that they want, the way that they want to live. It's not just freedom for me and no freedom for thee. It's freedom for all of us in this country. And I believe that as Americans, we have a responsibility to ensure that the next generation can also experience the American dream. President Ronald Reagan once said that freedom is not guaranteed, and it is never more than a generation away from extinction. And I believe that all of us have an imperative to ensure that that freedom continues on for another generation and another generation and another generation. But to all of you, welcome, and we're very glad to have you, my fellow Americans. Thank you.
Well, Mayor Jacobs, thank you for those inspiring remarks. I also want to take a moment to recognize some of our other distinguished guests that we have with us this morning. We have representatives with us from the offices of Senator Marsha Blackburn, Senator Bill Hagerty, Congressman Tim Burchett, and Congressman Chuck Fleischman. We also have representatives from the Tennessee chapter of the National Society of Colonial Dames of America and the Knox County chapter of the League of Women Voters. I want to say a special thank you this morning to those with us from the Daughters of the American Revolution who are generously providing refreshments after the ceremony, to the representatives from the Knox County Election Commission who will be available to register our new citizens to vote after the ceremony, to Knoxville Community Media, who is televising this special ceremony, and to the Public Building Authority, who has graciously permitted us to use this room. At this time, I want to recognize Officer Karina J. McCormick with the United States Citizenship and Immigration Service. Officer McCormick, I understand that you have some very important motions you wish to make, and you are now recognized to present those.
Good morning. I am Immigration Services Officer Karina McCormick from the Nashville Field Office, and it is a pleasure to be here with you in Knoxville today. May it please the Court, the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services within the Department of Homeland Security notified 149 persons representing 48 different nationalities to appear before the Court this morning for the administration of the Oath of Allegiance proceeding. Of those so notified, 3 have failed to respond to the call of roll. Those failing to respond on service list number 429 are numbers 97, 98, and 99. The service would respectfully move at this time that those persons' applications be set over to a later date due to their absence. 19 of the persons here present before the Court have requested to have their names changed as part of this naturalization proceeding. These requests appear to the service to be reasonable, and the service offers no objection. The appropriate orders have been prepared, and on the applicant's behalf, the service respectfully moves that those requests be granted as part of this proceeding. Among the applicants present, 1 desires to be admitted to citizenship upon a modified oath. Section 337 of the Immigration and Nationality Act provides for such admission upon presentation of evidence that the bearing of arms on behalf of any country, Part 5A, and non-combatant service in the armed forces, Part 5B, violate their religious training and belief. Section 337.1b of Title 8 Code of Federal Regulations provides for such admission for other reasons of good conscience. Applicant 25 has established to the service that Part 5A and Part 5B are in violation of her religious training. The service respectfully moves that Section 5A and Section 5B be deleted accordingly, and that this applicant be admitted to citizenship upon a modified oath. Each of the persons here present before the Court has been examined by an officer of the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services Office. Each has been found to be a person of good moral character, attached to the principles of the Constitution, and well disposed to the good order and happiness of the United States. Each has demonstrated a satisfactory knowledge of the history and government of the United States and has further met the requirements of the law concerning the ability to read, write, and speak the English language. It is the conclusion of the service that each of the persons here present before the court is in all respects qualified for naturalization. On behalf of the government of the United States of America, I respectfully move that each of the persons here assembled be admitted to citizenship upon taking the prescribed oath of allegiance.
Thank you, Officer McCormick. I find your motions to all be well taken, and I'm pleased to grant the motions that you've made on behalf of the service. Before I ask our candidates for citizenship to take the oath of allegiance this morning, I do want to share a few thoughts. As I considered the importance of the proceedings today, the words of Robert F. Kennedy came to mind. He said that our attitude toward immigration reflects our faith in the American ideal. We have always believed it possible for men and women who start at the bottom to rise as far as their talent and energy allow. Neither race nor place of birth should affect their chances. In considering those words, my thoughts turn to so many immigrants to our country who have made incredible contributions to this great nation. Some of them have names we all readily recognize, while others have made their contributions in more quiet ways. For example, where would we be in this country without the contributions of immigrant Albert Einstein? Einstein fathered modern physics, discovered the world's most famous equation, E equals mc squared, and developed the special theory of relativity, just to name a few minor contributions. Then on a little lighter note, where would we be without Canadian and Irish immigrants such as actor Jim Carrey, whose movie performances have kept us laughing for years now, and actor Pierce Brosnan, who has kept us on the edge of our seats as James Bond. And, of course, we have the late Alex Trebek, who for many years helped us become smarter as he hosted the TV show Jeopardy! Now, pivoting back for a moment to the more serious, we also have Sergey Brin, who immigrated from Russia. He's a computer scientist and an internet entrepreneur who brought us this tiny little search engine known as Google. Finally, we know that Americans love sports. So I also thought about Dikembe Mutombo, who came to us from the Democratic Republic of Congo. He played in the NBA for 18 seasons and is the best shot blocker of all time. He played for 6 different NBA teams and retired in 2009. While we admire his contributions to the sports world, his humanitarian work is even more impressive. He has contributed greatly here in the United States, while also working to improve conditions in the country that gave him his start in life. Of course, these few examples only scratch the surface of the contributions made by our naturalized U.S. citizens throughout the history of our country. Think about the fact that each of these now famous immigrants to the United States would have become citizens through a ceremony much like the one you are participating in right now. While we may or may not have anyone here who will ultimately become as famous as those I've mentioned, it is my great hope and belief that each of you will make a significant positive impact as a United States citizen. As we consider the contributions I anticipate you making, let me turn back to one of the famous immigrants I mentioned earlier, Albert Einstein. He once said, "The world is a dangerous place to live, not because of the people who are evil, but because of the people who don't do anything about it. We often hear negative remarks made about immigrants to this country. But if each of you will take to heart Einstein's words and be the contributors that I know you can be to our country, you each have the power to remind those around you of just what a treasure of talented, caring, and giving people we have in our immigrant population. When I think about the hard work that it took for our candidates for citizenship to become eligible to be here today, I'm reminded of what a privilege it is to be a United States citizen, a privilege that so many of us all too often take for granted. I'm also reminded that with this privilege comes obligations that we as citizens often overlook. While this is not an exhaustive list, some of those obligations include obeying the law, paying taxes, serving on a jury when summoned, which is one that's especially near and dear to the court. We also have serving our country in the military or through civilian service when the law requires it, voting, staying informed about the issues facing our country in order to cast an informed ballot, and being a productive and contributing member of our society. For those candidates who desire to share in the privilege of being a United States citizen and who are also willing to assume these great responsibilities, I would ask that you each now stand and prepare to raise your right hand to take the oath of citizenship that is found on the back of your program, and it will be administered by Courtroom Deputy Julie Norwood. Ms. Norwood.
Please raise your right hand to take the oath of allegiance. Do you hereby declare on oath that you absolutely and entirely renounce and abjure all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince, potentate, state, or sovereignty, of whom or which you have heretofore been a subject or citizen, that you will support and defend the constitutions and laws of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that you will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that you will bear arms on behalf of the United States when required by the law, that you will perform non-combatant services in the armed forces of the United States when required by the law, that you will perform work of national importance under civilian direction when required by the law, and that you will take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help you God. If so, please say, I do. Thank you.
You may be seated. Congratulations, my fellow citizens. We are honored to now welcome you as one of us. Former President George Herbert Walker Bush wisely noted that immigration is not just a link to America's past, it's also a bridge to America's future. You are each now officially one of the building blocks for that bridge to our nation's future, referred to by former President Bush. At this time, it will be our pleasure for Officer McCormick to call each of you up individually so that we can bestow upon you your certificates of citizenship. As your name is called, please come forward.
Luisa Barocas Gonzalez. Puang Pam. Prafulaben Patel. Claudia Collantes Benavides. Felipe Polo Garzon. Margarita Vela Mejia. Sandra de Hoyos de Cantu. Marcela Zambrano. Alex Leon Martinez. Vi Tran. Elizabeth Riccio. Vera Vallazovaya. Simon Talbot. Olivera Kodvenska Kuzni. Delina Guntharanthi. Amonrat Cunningham. Sandra Ayala Ariano. Donna Ispat. Sok Tran. Stephen Lyons. Anastasi Sapo. Cindy Montero Rivera. Christine Dang. Van Wen. Leah Benko. Catherine McCauley. Hardev Nishal. Alan Miramontes Flores. Mridula Talari. Angeline Thompson. Tai Nguyen. Allison Dempsey. Lubos Ovasky. Holly Ward. Adamir Zenzin. Francisco Delgado Herrera. Beata Pritchard. Jean Kabwe. Cyrilla Galloway. Sarah Arif. Din Go. Ina Go. Francois Kululoa. Parvati Kupuru. Arthur Karuga. Yu Lee. Sarah Valencia. Kevin Reed. James Vandenberg. Dinesh Patel. Theodore Ikazo. Kursanoi Narziva. Min Vu. Pritam Talari. Nellie Cochran. Rafael Gomez de Costa. Jonathan Juarez Quiroz. Alexis Juarez Quiroz. Emmanuel Juarez Quiroz. Hugo Ojeda. Keyesu Kobrungi. Stanislav Torgotov. Nevin Lakhani. Saidi Naimbo. Philippe Naimbo. Kishan Patel. Roxana Oyervides Lucio. Luis Aguilar Overvedes. Santiago Alvarado de Sacero. Andrea Sabu. Youngsung Kim. Ulugbek Karamanov. Jacques Fleich Dubois. Anyi Amador Marcia. Dildora Vezuleyev. Sarika Ben Patel. Karan Patel. Kavya Patel. Un Yang. Amrulal Patel. Hung Vo. Bic Vo. Jose Lopez Reese. Florent Rizvani. Monica Slowinski. Mira Shinoda. Valentina Kovner. Hannah Ibrahim. Wang Tran. Therese Mukantu. Morhabazi Adolf. Serafina Abdallah. Annalyn King. Claudia Barranco Garcia. Aline Botello Kobayashi. Bibi Ramirez Escobar. Luis Benitez Alvarado. Theophilus Williams. Hanan O'Day. Marjorie Henry. Let's go. Anne Wen. Maurici Gahungu. Emiliana Niabampa. Rekha Sharma. Connie Rudwall. Menno Enters. Luis Aguilar Gonzalez. Ying Lin. Henny Rogers. Javier Vasquez Bracho. Yvonne Leon Dubuc. Bahimbuka Babazi. Rose Kashiyama. Claudia Salazar Hernandez. Carla Alejandre Lopez. Sarah Ione. Amadou Kamara. Shivam Mistry. Gladys Valerio Frias. Young Cha. Huang Din. Angie Pineda Melendez. Carlos Elementercios. Andrew Cushing. Zangkyut Kao. Hanyu Wang. Isam El Gamal. Jiten Shah. David Simanka. Tanya Lester. Claudine Zawadi. Jaime Guzman Aguilera. Uyen Wen. Nayara Centeno Royo. Hansabin Mistry. Laurent Mucho. Gitaben Patel. Eunice Mwamba. Morin King. Svetlana Andreeva. Vikesh Desai. Akusoa Poko. Kwame K. Brifo. Carolina Sumner. Nancy Patel. Usman Kanti.
Well, if a day like today does not make you feel encouraged about the future of our nation, I'm not sure what would. What a wonderful, wonderful ceremony this morning to see all of these excited faces, and I love hearing the family and friends' excitement all around the room. Before we adjourn, couple of housekeeping matters real quickly. If you wish to take pictures with the court, with Mayor Jacobs, and your family and friends, please simply stay in the courtroom after court is adjourned, and we'll take a moment to do that. The court's administrative specialist, Ms. Jennifer Farrell, will direct you regarding where to line up for those. Again, let me thank the Daughters of the American Revolution for providing refreshments outside for our new citizens and their guests. While you are enjoying the refreshments, please remember to take time, if you are one of our new citizens, to register to vote with the assistance of our Knox County Election Commission representatives. So as we bring the ceremony to a close, let me congratulate each one of you again on becoming new citizens to the United States. Ms. Norwood, if you would come forward at this time, please, to adjourn court.
All rise. This honorable court shall stand adjourned.